Hi everyone, it's me, Cindy Ellers from a very snowy central Wisconsin. I'm going for another Facebook Live and I am hopeful that it all works out and that you'll be able to see me and join me. I was so sad last night that it just didn't work. I couldn't believe it. I was so disappointed. But I tried it earlier today and it did work, so I'll find me on my Kindle and then I'll know for sure. That's the only way I can tell. So while I wait, Sally Becker is here. That means I am live and she can see me. Hi, Sally. Thank you for joining me. Um, I'm so happy to be here. Oh, talk about how hard it was last night when there was nobody watching. When I started doing Facebook Lives, it was like, oh, I'm not very good at talking to people like this, and I didn't like doing it. But I've been doing this since the first of the year, and it's gotten easier, and I'm having more fun. So, with that being said, yay, we're back, huh? Um, I'm first from the central. We're in a big snowstorm right now. I just went and met my house. I have 2.5 inches of snow. So um, that's always fun. And I also want to mention I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. 10 years and counting. Woohoo! And welcome to Cindy's Stamping Studio. It's about time. Hi, Judy. I'm glad that you hung with me, and I'm glad that you were trying to find me last night. Believe me, I was trying to find me last night. Oh, for Pete's sake. This was kind of an impromptu having a Facebook Live tonight because I would have normally been in Neilsville tonight for our kit class. When the snow started falling this afternoon and my husband went to work, he called me and he says, the ground's getting white. Might not be a bad idea to reschedule. So I canceled my kit class tonight, made all the necessary arrangements, and we're getting together tomorrow night instead. So it's not supposed to be snowing. It better not be. Don't you think it's too early for this? I think it is. Gosh, what's that all about? I might. It looks like my the weather is interfering with my picture quality, but I guess it is what it is. At least we're together. Don't forget to go and comment, hit the like. When you leave me a comment, I put your name in a drawing for my weekly door prize. And speaking of weekly door prize, I have it here someplace. Oh, yes, here it is. Found it. My weekly door prize this week goes to Kathy Brost. And Kathy will won a package, half a package of snowflake sequins. So Kathy needs to contact me so I can get her address and get that sent out to her. Merry winter. Yeah, right, huh, Arliss? Yeah, Mary. It just seems too soon for winter. And hi, Marianne. Thank you for joining me. Hi, Rita. Welcome. I'm glad you. I'm so happy that you guys all hung in with me. And when I put the post out there this afternoon, you all had time to join me in it. And so that makes my day. What I have a few other things to show you, but it's not until I switch my camera around. So I'm going to switch my camera around, and then you can see how beautiful the woods looks that I'm looking at right now. We had a few deer. Hi, Bernie. Thanks for joining me. Hi, Jackie. Welcome. We had a few deer actually on the yard at 4 o'clock, so I thought that was pretty cool. I know, Bernie, you had some deer on your lawn, so that's, I guess, it is what it is. Winter in Wisconsin. Oh well. I guess you just hang around. If you don't like the weather, and they always say, if you don't like the weather in Wisconsin, just hang around for 5 minutes. It'll change. So with that being said, I want to go and switch my camera so you can see my desk. Okay? Hang in there. Okay, now you can see how beautiful it is. Not too early. Okay. I want to raise my camera a little bit. There. That looks great. And it looks like it doesn't look too bad. Okay. I just want to mention Stampin' Up! Has Designer Series paper going on. This is a great time to stock up and save. You save 15%. And not only can you get yourself some beautiful regular Designer Series paper, but there's also the Christmas paper, the Plaid Tidings. This is huge. This is so pretty. The Forever Greenery, I love it. And the one we're using tonight is the P. So that big pack of paper is usually $11.50. You can get that for $9.78, but don't delay. It's only good until the end of October. So next week. Gosh, where did this month go? Right? Okay. Whoops. Now, we have our card challenge going on. This is called a double Dutch fancy fold. So this is how it opens. Okay? We had the brainstorm to have a contest. All you need to do is make this card and using Stampin' Up! Product and Christmas paper. Make it a Christmas card, not a sunflower card. And you can send it to me, or you can take a picture of it and email that to me. Do something like that. And there'll be prizes. So I've gotten a few cards, but come on, you guys. I think you could get me some more cards. That would be just right. I gotta move my camera a little bit. There. There. Okay. So anyway, if you want, Google the double Dutch barn door fold and get the directions, but go and send me a card. I would love to see what you come up with. So don't forget. Okay. Last week was our technique class, and the technique was triangle using Designer Series paper. So this was my sample card I showed the ladies. You just take a 4 by 5¼ inch piece of Designer Series paper and cut it from corner to corner, and match them together, flipping like these or flipping those, whichever one you want, so that it contrasts. And then we put something in the middle to kind of cover our points. This was the second one we did, which I think they turned out really, really nice. And the fancy fold was a double flap fold. See, isn't that cool? It turned out really nice too. Very, very easy. This was the one I made in class, and this was my sample. So, two really nice looking cards. Also, I just featured our technique cards yesterday, in fact, on my blog. My blog name is Cindy's Stamping Studio. If you haven't already, hop over to Cindy's Stamping Studio and subscribe to my blog. You don't know how much that means to me. I work really hard at this business. It's the best part-time job I've ever had, but it's also, it just really warms my heart when I'm able to have more people join me. Well, hi, Jan. Thanks for joining. I should send you one of these cards. This is a double flap, fancy, something that you might be able to use in your classes. So I'll have to do that. Okay, so let's stamp. The card I'm making uses the stamp set Healing Hugs. Now this set has been around for at least a year, but I love using older stamp sets sometimes with new, it was really popular. It's also distinctive stamp sets, so the flower really pops. But I like using these older sets with our new designer series paper just to see a different look I can come up with. And as I mentioned, the I'm using is the Peony Garden designer, which is also on sale. So let's see, what was I going to say? I just lost my whole train of thought. Anyway, that's what we use. Hi, Kathy Bros. I am so glad that you had the time to tune in, because guess what? You were the winner last week of my door prize, and I will be sending you half a package of the Snowflake sequence. All I need for you to do is PM me your address, and I will get it to you. Okay, so don't forget. Okay. Here is our packet, and let's get organized here. We're going to be using the Ornate Layers dies. We're going to use, as I just mentioned, the stamp set, but we're pairing that tonight with the Peaceful Moment. I can't tell you how many times I have used this stamp set. It has the best verses for the inside. But we're also using Here's a Card. Okay? You might not think you'd want to use Here's a Card because it's got some funny verses, but there's also a really nice sympathy verse. Words cannot express the deep sorrow felt on your behalf. Because I was probably feeling sorry for myself, I took my stamps all apart last night. I was so upset that it didn't work out and you guys weren't able to see me. So I can set these back up. I just happen to have the stamps sitting right here on my desk. There's that one. And with Deepest Sympathy, and oh, come on, I'm probably looking right at it. Here, see, I knew that. Words cannot express the deep sorrow felt on your behalf. Okay. I was so upset. You know how hard it is when you're all you're doing is just talking to yourself. It was hard. All dressed up for nothing. Colors we're using tonight: Pear Pizzazz, Gray Granite, and Petal Pink. My Petal Pink case has really faded out. I'm just really surprised at that. If you'll notice, I'm using the Pear Pizzazz, an older ink pad, because my new one is packed in my kit class bag. So I just didn't want to go and dig that out. Okay, we are using a gray granite base. Our gray granite base measures 5.5 by 8.5, and it's a quarter. Okay. Designer series paper, and because I've made this card times, I'm running out of that color. We're going to use a piece of white that's 2.25 by 3.5, and we have to have another piece for our ornate layer. Okay, now I just want to mention something here. Ronnie Kaiser is joining us. Well, thank you, Ronnie, for joining us. Sure is winter out there tonight. Glad you're staying home safe. I just got back from Neillsville. Yes, it was a hard decision to make, but after going out and measuring that, we have 2.5 inches of snow already on the ground, and it's that makes driving kind of dicey. I'm glad. I'm real glad. So what I'm going to do is take this Ornate Layers die, and as you can see, it's very intricate, and run it through my die cutting machine. Now, I have a Big Shot, but I also just got the Stampin' Up cutting and embossing machine, and I just want to show you how nice it is. And I found I'm going to be using the platform. Hopefully there's enough room. And the die cutting pad, a clear plate, my cardstock and die, and another clear plate. Okay. Work pretty smooth. Now, usually with my Big Shot, I would run this through the Big Shot about 4 times. I tried it this afternoon and just ran it through twice. And I was really impressed with what a good job it did. Okay, move that out of the way. So that's that. If it doesn't work, I do have a good one that I can show you. Oh, see, so that's already coming loose. And we'll just use our metal roller to get in all the holes and okay. And like, as you can see, it's picking up quite a few of them. So I think I'm really thinking I like this. I like it a lot. Okay. The only bad part of this particular, you should get pieces every. I'll be vacuuming these babies up for probably some time to come, I'm thinking. Okay, so rather than wasting your time, like I said, I had another one set up, but you can see from my little demonstration how easy it all worked. Okay, now we're going to take our little piece of Whisper White. Again, it's 2.25 by 3.5. I'm going to take my flower and leaves. But first of all, I want to stamp my greeting, which is a sympathy, in gray granite. keep it like that. Yeah, like that. Then I will close this because it's just too easy to make a mistake. Take my petal pink and ink up my flower. And I'm going to put that right under the sympathy. Like that. Okay. And then I'm going to take a piece of white paper because I don't feel like getting ink all over my desk. And I will then take my leaves and ink them up with some pear pizzazz. That. And like that. And it's okay that I went off the corner. That was my intent. Put them over there. Okay. Now, put this over here. I don't know what to put. I just feel like I don't know. I feel kind of strange. Hi, Linda. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. I'm so glad that you found us. We're going to put some glue on the back. Hopefully I don't make... We're going to take our ornate layer and we're going to glue that right there. Just like that. You can tell that there was a couple that didn't. There. Okay, so there's that. Oh, there's another one. I am so glad now that I decided to try for another Facebook Live. And I was feeling, like I said, I was feeling so bad that I wasn't able to have one last night. But then when I started reading, it wasn't my Facebook was apparently having some issues. I have IT issues. So that's really too bad. How frustrating it was for me, that's for sure. Okay. I put some dimensions on the back. Let's start assembling our card. We're going to put the Petal Pink Designer Series paper. This paper is from the Peony Garden paper, and it is on sale just until the end of October. 15% off. There. I always think when I'm sitting at my desk here, stamping, and I look outside, and while today it's really kind of pretty, I'm glad I'm not driving in it. I'll walk past my window. But that has yet to ever happen. And that's how that's going to look. So let's take our Picket tool. And get rid of the backs on our dimensions. And we'll put that right there. Now, I had already, of course, I'll get them back out. We're going to take just one and put it right here. Just as a focal point. Okay? Now let's take our inside piece. Yep. You had problems earlier today, but it's okay now. Well, I'm glad I didn't do a Facebook Live earlier, but I am so grateful. I did. I couldn't believe it last night. And nobody could see me. I was feeling kind of lonely over here. Okay, let's sentiment. That turned out perfect. And time to close that back up. Let's put a little bit of and the weather forecast is saying tomorrow is going to be a better day. It's not going to snow. And so then I'll get to see everybody for kit class. And then next week we have our Christmas card class. So if there's anybody watching Christmas card class, get in touch with me. I have 7 designs for you to choose from. This is the inside of our card. And like I said, that sentiment is from here, outside. I thought that turned out really pretty. Okay. And because I've made this card so many times, let me show you what last night's card would have looked like. Because, see, I was part of the paper share, so I only get so much designer series paper. So this one turned out really nice also. A little bit more white. And that was what that card looked like. So they both were pretty. They both turned out nice. So, yeah. Okay. Now, let's see. Let's turn this back around and put this back down. There. I just really want to thank everybody again for joining me tonight. Like I said, it was impromptu, and I didn't know if it was going to even work until I tested it a couple times, and it did, and I'm happy. So, right? So, yeah, the card turned out great. Here it is. I know it's backwards, but that's okay. And I'm so glad. I'm so grateful that you joined me tonight. Remember, if you're looking for a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, please keep me in mind. I would love to earn your business. For everybody else, anybody coming to kit class tomorrow night, I'll see you tomorrow night. I have some great cards to show you. And join me next Monday night, the 26th, for my Facebook Live. I'll have a brand new stamp set to share with you, I hope. We'll keep our fingers crossed that this continues to work, right? Okay, have a great rest of the week. Happy stamping, and enjoy the weather wherever you are. Thanks.